another side quest episode of Tunk This.
It's dangerous to podcast alone.
This, I guess, is the official launch of our new side quest format, which we kind of beta tested last week. Not that that is really a meaningful term on this podcast.
No, it's not.
But it sounds like it has to do with video games, so I said it, so we'd have a nice episode title.
We're always on theme, at least.
Yes, we are on theme. Well, I should have been like, beta this. We were really going to be on brand, follow the style guide.
Uh-huh.
Welcome. This is Side Quest 4.0.
Yeah.
Wherein it's kind of a mashup of a lot of the side quests we've done previously. Wherein we have, it's kind of structured like a news segment, even though it's not at all.
Yeah. That's a perfect way to describe it.
I'm good at describing things. Anyway, so this week on our side quest, you're going to be listening to the thunderstorm here in New York City that's happening. So if that lets you place on a recording, more points to you. You might also hear the shrieking dog child shrieks from Emma's side.
I'll probably edit those out if any do happen.
Don't. Now I've set the tone. It was a dark and stormy night. The dogs were screaming.
The dogs were screaming. Wow, that's a great start to a story, actually.
You say that as if you're surprised.
Yeah, true.
Hurt. Anyway, I keep starting to explain. In this new side quest format, we'll have sort of three kind of larger chunks of things that we talk about, which right now, we have a playlist chunk. Ooh, there was just some lightning. We have an off-topic corner, and we have a question of the bi-week. Question of the fortnight. It should definitely be question of the fortnight, because that's video game themed, right?
Thanos is in Fortnite now.
What does that mean, though?
I mean, I don't know what it means. I haven't played Fortnite, but Thanos is in it. He's doing stuff in it.
Isn't that exciting?
Dabbing, probably.
Dabbing?
Well, Fortnite, there's like emotes in Fortnite. It's like one of the things you can buy, I think.
Emotes are so funny. Anyway, between these three main segments, we also have a quick shout out to our weather report, in which we talk about whether or not we think something's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Or the forecast for it, if we're sticking with actual weather. But I went for the weather pun, because...
Either way.
And we also have our traffic report, which is what's going on our social media and websites this fortnight. So, without any further ado, boop, 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 boo, the playlist report. It was like a news chime.
That was good.
I was trying to do
You should get Clickbait Boyfriend to make one of those for us.
I will ask him to, actually. He's at home with his guitars now, so...
In case you didn't know, because it's been a while since we've said this, but he's the one who composed our intro and ending themes.
Yes, Clickbait Boyfriend is our resident Talk This composer.
Mm-hmm. And doesn't have a name anymore. He's been erased by his alter ego.
I'll talk more about this in the traffic report, but he does want to minimize the use of his name.
Okay.
As attached to Clickbait Boyfriend. Anyway, in this week's, or this 4 weeks, this fortnight's playing, I've played not a ton more Persona 5, but I've played a bunch more Persona 5. The adventures of Champ McDude have continued.
Mm-hmm.
My team made it through the first castle.
Nice.
This game is really stressful because I can't, like, once a day is over, it's over, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is also giving me some existential dread about my own life, but whatever. I got a lot done today, so we don't have to be too dreadful. But yeah, Champ McDude he continues to be a witty guy. He's also a smart guy. We managed to level up his charm.
Good,
which is exciting. And of course, I had him read the book about the dog that waits for its owner.
Oh, good.
Because, I like to have him cry in public places.
Yeah, that's good.
It's charming. But we made it through the first castle, so that's good. And it only took us 3 days. And the whole time did I say this last time? I think I did. I was haunted by you being like, if you make it to one safe room, like, and you think you're done, you can always go one more. And I thought about that the whole time. I was like, Emma would go one more, wouldn't she? Like, I'm wasting time where I could be working at the convenience shop or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm really desperate, based only on having seen that video of the Valentine's Day thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really desperate to bond with my not dad. Sojiro.
Yes, right. Coffee dad.
With Coffee Dad. He approved of the coffee that I made. One
That's
time
good.
I was just making coffee, and he was like, this is good. And I was like, yes. Yes, it is.
Hot tip with Coffee Dad, though, if you're doing
What?
his social link, I think by the 4th one, you have to wait for a while before you can get to the 5th one.
Can I, like, waste my time hanging out with people? Does it always level up?
It doesn't always level up.
No, I know it doesn't always level up, but is it, like, working towards leveling up?
I think so.
Because one day I just went jogging with What's-His-Face, and, like, we didn't talk. We just...
Oh, yeah. That will count, like, if you're in between ones, like, yeah, like, it'll go up.
Okay, good, because I was
It just means that on the last one, you didn't get quite enough points to get to the next one.
Yeah, well, no, I completely failed on that one. It's like his running buddies came up, and I didn't get any of the music notes.
Oh, no.
So, apparently I did a really bad job.
The right thing to say is not always the nice thing to say.
Champ McDude's a witty guy, though. I didn't say the nice things, though. I was, like, a little bit mean, and he was
Sometimes
not into
it's the nice thing to say.
But we did go get ramen, so...
there you go.
And we went to... Now we've gone
Did you get the special ramen decoration for your room?
I don't know where I would get that.
Oh. I think I got it from going to get ramen with Running Boy.
I got a TV.
That's good.
I've done some pull-ups.
That's good.
What else have I been doing in this game? Well, we just went to the buffet, and I got to name...
Oh, what'd you name it? I've been waiting for this.
I sent you what I named it.
I don't remember. Tell me again.
My Dudes.
Oh, right. I do remember now.
Champ McDude and My Dudes.
Yep, that's good. That's good.
I just think now whenever in the same way as, like, every time somebody calls me Dude, it's, like, a cute little nickname. They're like, oh, they're calling me Dude when my name's Champ McDude. And it's also just really fun whenever Champ shows up, also.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be really fun whenever we talk about the team that we just sound like that guy from that Vine.
Yeah.
We'll, like, be meeting on the roof in the middle of the week, and probably one of my teammates will be like, it's Wednesday, my dudes, and then we'll literally be a Vine.
Yep.
So that's really all I'm looking for. But yeah, we went to the buffet. Disappointed I didn't really get to eat anything. I just had to, like, eavesdrop on people.
They brought you some beans.
Beans?
More beans?
But now I'm torn as to whether I can... This week, I think I'm gonna switch back to my long-abandoned Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Because Clickbait Boyfriend is out of town. And I feel a little bit bad playing Persona without him, because he's been here as I've played all of it. Mm-hmm. He's also the official photographer of any time Champ McDude is mentioned.
He does send me things.
He's always like, do you want me to send this to Emma? And I'm like, yes. So, yeah. Otherwise, been playing Fire Emblem. I think in these past 2 weeks, I finished the story mode, finally.
Nice.
So, we're just working on... Did you know, Little Miss, I did a video on supports, that you actually get support conversations when you hit the A rank in that game?
Yeah. I did know. I haven't gotten any yet.
I only have gotten one. I keep pairing people together, trying to get them to their A support, and instead they get stupid C supports with, like, other people they didn't even fight with in battle.
I'm not entirely sure how the, affinity works in that, because sometimes you get it from, like, the submissions, because one of the characters will tell you to do that submission, and then everybody will get it up with that character.
And, like, when they fight together, they get the little heart.
Oh, I see.
Thing. It hasn't been working very well, so I don't recommend the strategy.
Yeah. No, and it's just sort of been happening randomly.
Yeah. But have you been playing anything? I know you feel like you haven't been playing that much. You're going to do this segment, but...
I haven't been playing that much because I want to do Iconoclasts, which I swear I've been talking about for like the last 8 months. It hasn't been that long. It hasn't been out that long. But I don't want to play anything else, but I also don't want to play Iconoclasts. It's like worn down all my patience.
This is me when I have like a work project that I'm a little bit nervous about. And so I sit at home and I'm not allowed to relax, of course, because I have to work. But I'm also not allowed to work on it because I hate it. Anyway, go on.
But I always feel like I have to temper it. It's like, this is the best game that I could expect from one person. It's super impressive. I think that he did everything he possibly could working by himself. And I think because of that, you sort of see the places where it's like, man, if you just had like a couple more people working on this, or it's just someone who went through and like, I don't know, edited for you or anything. Okay, so not to spoil anything, but right now we're in the end game. I know we are. I swear we have like an hour, maybe 2 left, depending on how much I suck, which is a lot. But there's a whole bunch of things that are bothering me. But what made me turn it off today, or yesterday, I think, or whenever I was playing it, because it's Sunday, was there's a boss fight. And it's the first one where it's like an emotional boss fight. You know what I mean by emotional boss fight, right?
#emotional.
So, point of emotional boss fight is that it should be challenging, but not too challenging, right? Like, there should be a challenge to it, but it should have, like, you know, easily recognizable patterns that you can get used to, or whatever.
Sure. It's more about the story than the mechanic.
Yes. So, this one, it has patterns a little bit, but the patterns are way too fast to really respond to in any sort of recognizable way, and maybe this is just me getting more and more frustrated at it, so I'm getting worse, but, you know, it's still. So you beat that first part, and then you can't go back towards the save point. So I'm like, okay, there's another part. So you go in, you change the screen, and then, the boss is back again. And it has new patterns, and the whole point of this game is like learning the patterns, and you die a couple of times, and then you figure it out, and it's satisfying in a lot of cases. But in this case, there's this thing, it's called a checkpoint, where if you have a boss that's divided into 2 distinct segments, you should put a freaking checkpoint in the middle of it so that when you die on the second boss, you don't go back all the way to the start of the first boss that already took you like 20 minutes to do the first time, and you don't do it. You put a checkpoint so when you hit retry, you start on the second half of the boss, because I get so frustrated that all the emotional impact of this scene is entirely wasted on me because I just want this person to die. I just want them to die. And the whole point is that you're supposed to be full conflicted about killing them, but I don't feel conflicted. I just want them to die painfully and satisfyingly now. So you've ruined the emotional boss fight and also made me not want to play the game anymore because I'm that frustrated.
But Emma, there's no way you're taking Kyrie's heart.
No. But see, at least that's like, there's like, the unskippable cutscene is one thing, and they've fixed that in later releases. And you can skip the cutscene at least. But, come on.
I know.
And it's not even like the boss just keeps going, right? It's not, you deplete the health bar, and then there's a break, and little triangle prince says something to you and runs off the other side of the screen. And then you follow him, and then the boss pops back up again. So that should be considered 2 different ones. And when I hit retry, it shouldn't set me all the way back to the beginning. It just shouldn't, because that sucks. Sucks a lot. So the play this is not going to be just on Iconoclast. Instead, it's going to be on perspective switching,
Emma,
or character control
report.
switching. Okay, I will. Anyway, it's been my playlist. Time for the weather. Okay.
It's thunderstorming.
Yes.
Just kidding. Go ahead.
Actually, it might be an apt metaphor. It depends on how this game turns out. But in this weather report, I say that there's a 60-40 chance, and which one's 60, which one's 40, I'm not entirely sure yet, but 60-40 chance that this new David Cage game, Detroit Become Human, will either be really, really awful or decent. One or the other.
Decent meaning like it's okay, or like decent meaning it's actually good?
Decent meaning it's solid. I'm not, if I think there's a 0.001% chance, maybe smaller than that it could be really good. Because I don't trust David Cage as a storyteller. So, Madelyn doesn't know who David Cage is.
Behind this. Of course I know who David Cage is. Go on.
David Cage is a pretty infamous name in the video game industry. He made... Previously, before this, the two big titles he made with his studio, Quantic Dream, is Heavy Rain and, what's it called? Beyond Two Souls.
Heavy Rain's pretty good for, like, a weather report game, too.
Yeah.
Go on.
He is very inspired by cinema, which, like, so our two philosophies on games are already sort of diametrically opposed. Is that the right phrase? Because he borrows a lot from cinema to bring into the games to make the games better, and I think that's the wrong approach as games evolve. But, putting that aside, he makes very cinematic games that are very choice-based. Heavy Rain, in particular, even though now it's sort of mocked a little bit for good reason, I would say. Have you seen the Press X to Jason meme?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Heavy Rain. Jason! Yeah, so that's Heavy Rain. And then Beyond Two Souls starred Ellen Page in it. And now Detroit Become Human is his latest project that stars who's on Grey's Anatomy, biracial.
Patrick Dempsey.
What's his name?
He's not biracial.
Isn't he biracial?
Patrick Dempsey?
No, he's Jesse something.
I'll look it up while you talk.
So Detroit Become Human is about the not-so-distant future where androids have sort of become the subordinate class, and you play as 3 different androids. And David Cage, there are certain allegations about him and his company that he very vehemently denies, and in fact is suing the newspapers that reported it in France, because they're a French company, saying it's, like, slanderous.
Jesse Williams?
Jesse Williams, yeah. He was on Grey's Anatomy, right? Yes. I think so.
Yes, otherwise I would not have been able to pull that name.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on.
So... there are certain not so nice rumors about him that I kind of like. There's no proof one way or the other right now, but I believe them just based on, and usually I try to separate the art from the artist, but the art makes me sort of believe them a little bit. And basically also his philosophy is like not to think about politics in games, which is also a mistake because especially when he's making these games that are so inherently political. Like, you should think about what things are saying. Mm-hmm. So, for example, and this is, like, a hard topic, and even if you'd put a lot of thought into it, I don't know how you would have done it well. I don't even know if it was something you could do. But Beyond Two Souls has a particular scene where it's all choice-based, right? So you make choices and do things.
Yes, choice-based.
And some choices will lead to your character being sexually assaulted, and some choices will lead to her not being. Which is, like, kind of implying that there's right ways to get out of that situation, which isn't great.
Like...
And it's like,
okay, but
maybe
like, realistically, it's probably true, right? Of course, if I decide to stay home in my apartment every night, there's much less chance.
Sure,
yeah. But like, that's not something I wanted to pick in my choice-based game because, yeah, no, I'm with you.
But the demo that released for Detroit Become Human was, I thought it seemed solid. It was more sort of gamer friendly for one thing. Like at the end, it showed like your flow chart to see what paths you took and how many endings there could be. So that was kind of nice. And there's more sort of mechanics and stuff of like looking around and figuring stuff out. And even the subject matter seemed to be not exactly like nuanced, but solid. But there's also been controversy about that with like one of the first scenes they showed was like a domestic assault sort of situation. So I just think that a little bit he's trying to tackle things that he is not, as a storyteller, prepared to tackle. But again, what I saw of Detroit so far, the demo they released, I liked it. I don't know how that's going to hold up across 3 main protagonists and a full storyline about, an oppressed class rising up. So 60-40, I haven't decided which one's the 60 and which one's the 40, if that makes sense.
It does.
Okay.
All right, and that was our weather report.
Yeah.
Which brings us to this week's off-topic corner, which is Happy Mother's Day from the ladies of Talk This.
Yep. Happy Mother's Day, mothers.
We could definitely talk about there are a lot of video game characters out there that could have used a mom.
Yeah.
We could devote this corner to Sora's mom.
Poor Sora's mom. Sora, it's
Sora?
time for dinner. Sora.
Who voices that?
I don't know, probably just like it's probably one of the other voice actors just like putting on a voice. I doubt they hired someone exclusively to be Sora's mom.
I wish they did.
Every time they reference their parents in that game, I'm like, what? Parents? Huh?
Parents? Yeah. But yeah, shout out to our mom, who is our biggest social media fan of the podcast.
Yeah.
And I don't know if she's listened to any of it.
No, she hasn't.
But she supports us in whatever we do, and stays quiet while Emma records.
Yes.
So isn't that what moms are for?
No. No.
She tries to talk to Emma about her games, and Emma doesn't talk to her.
What? I try. Sometimes.
One day we'll start like I have clickbait boyfriends who I'll do like, I don't know, something that starts Mom. I have a good, like, alliterative clickbait boyfriend. But the mom thing, we'll go along with it. We'll come up with some kind of blog series and make her play games.
Here's hoping that with all the video games recently about father figures, that eventually we will one day have a video game that has any sort of mother figure whatsoever.
Girl.
What?
Like boy.
Oh, right.
But girl.
Girl. Doesn't have quite the same ring to it, honestly. The Earl just doesn't work as well in the...
No.
I have to... Lassie. What are other...
Maybe one day we'll see some good mothers, some goddesses of war, or whatever, appearing. That would be great. I'd fully support that. Which brings us... And guys, that was this week's off-topic corner. Ding, ding, ding. Which brings us to the traffic report.
Yes.
So, Emma, what content do you have headed towards the interwebs this week?
Not to watch this, because Emma sucks. But not this week or next week, but the week after?
I think so.
I'll have a play this for you guys, a new play this, which will not be on Iconoclast, or will sort of be on Iconoclast, to be more specific, where we'll be talking about how video games use perspective swaps, either well or not well. Iconoclasts uses it mostly not well. And before, I'll probably address this in the video, but I'm going to be comparing, like, Iconoclast to, like, you know, AAA games, which I'm aware is not entirely fair, but honestly should be seen as a compliment to the game that I feel like I can compare it at all.
But you're comparing storytelling elements, you know? You're not saying, like, these are the same type of game.
Yeah.
You're just saying they use a similar storytelling element.
Yes. So that'll probably feature Iconoclasts, Nier Automata, The Last of Us, maybe Danganronpa V3, which would be thematic since we would have just done it for an episode.
Well, wouldn't that just be very synergistic?
Mm-hmm. But they use it, like, significantly differently than those other 3 games, so it might just be like a footnote.
That's fine. I like footnotes.
Mm-hmm.
They really are like video essays. If you haven't checked them out, you should subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Talk This Sisters, and check out Emma's playlist series. There's 3 of them now, and the one she's talking about will be the 4th monthly series. It's super awesome.
It is, if I do say so myself.
I greatly enjoyed the Arrested Development references in the most recent one. Timely, given that the 5th season is coming out at the end of the month.
Yeah. I thought that particular line was very appropriate, considering the topic.
Absolutely. It was.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. It's stuff that I have coming to the internet. Of course, Emma and I will be doing our usual, hopefully more than we have these past couple weeks, social media stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We're tweeting at Talk This Podcast, on our Instagram, which is Talk This Podcast, and on our Facebook, which is Talk This. It's dangerous to podcast alone.
Mm-hmm.
We are so close to 100 Facebook fans.
So like us.
So like us if you haven't already.
The 100th liker gets nothing beyond bragging rights.
Some of you are out there. We have 150 followers on Twitter. So
yeah, so just hit us up on Facebook too.
Yeah. And then you'll never like us, you'll never see it. Facebook hides everything from you that we post. So it's really no commitment to like it.
Have you seen the new Facebook ad?
No.
Facebook used to be about this, but then something happened. Facebook happened. That's what happened.
Oh no.
It's not some horrible calamity. It was just you. It was Facebook itself.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's very effective though if you don't think about it too hard.
That's the point, isn't it? That's kind of the whole point of Facebook.
Yeah.
Very effective if you don't think about it too hard. Anyway, on the blog this week, we had our latest episode of Clickbait Boyfriend, one of my favorites to date.
Video accompaniment.
What?
Video accompaniment.
Yeah, lots of it. Not only am I linking to the classic Swim This Way from
Swim
Atlantica.
This Way, we'll dance and
you can't sing it.
It's less than 10 seconds.
What?
Less than 10 seconds, right?
No, that's not a rule. It's not a real thing.
Oh, well.
Did you know it's by Utada Hikaru?
Really? I wonder what it is in Japanese.
Apparently it's better in Japanese. I don't know what it is. It's not very good in English.
Because all the opening songs, like, are very different in both languages.
Yeah. Clickbait Boyfriend is also pushing for the two of us to do not the two of us, me and Clickbait Boyfriend, not you and me.
Okay.
To do covers of the opening songs.
Ooh.
He's really into Sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
He tagged us on Instagram today in his guitar cover. He's back with his electric guitar and can really rock out into it.
Nice.
He thinks it's so metal. Anyway, there's a new addition to that. He's very concerned. He's like, you don't have my full name on it anywhere, is what he was asking. Because I think he's starting to think about someday getting a job.
Oh, well done.
And not having his name attached to, like, the Kingdom Hearts hotness continuum, for example. So I'm going to try to refer to him more often as Clickbait Boyfriend.
A truly fitting title.
Exactly. But it's really funny because it has links to Swim This Way, which is ridiculous. It has links to Polygon's The Death of Goofy dramatic reenactment, which, let me tell you, at first I was like, this is kind of dumb. But then I went back and watched the real scene, and the motions are perfect. You should really watch it. It's really, really funny. But also, we have mini vlog content, which is also hosted on our YouTube from Clickbait Boyfriend. So not only are you going to read his quotes, you'll get to watch his quotes.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty funny. He really hates Tron and Schmorlando Schmoom.
Let me just say, I'm furious that there was, like, not anything beyond the, yes, he is blonde, plays sitar, and has crippling self-doubt, just like Clickbait Boyfriend. But no Dance Water Dance Rage. This final mix version just made it way too easy for everybody.
Clickbait
Nobody
Boyfriend
understands.
Beat it on, like, the second try, and the only reason he didn't beat it on the first try is, like, he didn't understand there was a time limit.
Oh my god.
Really?
Okay, I know I've said this on the podcast before, but for everyone new to the Kingdom Hearts series, that Demyx fight used to be 10 forms in 10 seconds, not 10 forms in 15 seconds, okay? And it was impossible.
I remember I beat it on the first try, too, on our PS2, just by, like, sheer dumb luck.
It took me, like, a million tries. Kingdom Hearts 2 was the first game that I played by myself to its entirety. And so I remember it pretty vividly, and I remember that really vividly. And the last time I went back to it, I lost on the minigame. I was playing it on the hardest. I think I was playing it on the hardest, or at least the second most hard. But not only did I lose on the minigame once, he just killed me once. Just straight up killed me. He just juggled me in the air until I died. So, there you go.
Nice.
I'm very bitter whenever anybody beats that, like, really easily.
Anyway, go check out that blog, because the Clickbait Boyfriends are just gonna get funnier and fun. I rewatched all of my video content from his playthrough. Oh man. This is a spoiler for a future Clickbait Boyfriend that I have no idea when I'm gonna write, because it apparently takes me a month to write each one. But watching, like, him finally beat the Roxas fight, spoiler, Clickbait Boyfriend, like, weeps.
See? Emotional boss fight that does fine.
But also introduces a new mechanic, like...
Oh, that's true.
Right?
That's a little stupid. That part's a little stupid.
Well, okay,
but...
there's a vlog coming up about it, in which he's like... Anyway, watch Clickbait Boyfriend. It's gonna be real funny moving towards the end of Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm also thinking about jumping on Emma's Blank Thoughts in Blank Hours series for my own Persona 5 blog.
Ooh.
To try to do a 15 Thoughts in 15 Hours, because that's where I'm at right now. So I might do that. I have the apartment to myself, so maybe I'll finally watch Devil May Cry or Devil May Cry and start to watch this too. Not to mention our Flashback Friday stuff on YouTube every Friday, little mini episodes for those of you who've not been with us since the beginning and don't want to listen to 50 hours of podcast content. Although, why wouldn't you? Which brings me to where you can find us, which is part of our traffic report. We're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Google Play, we're on Stitcher, we're on
TuneIn.
I was gonna say SoundCloud, but we're not really on SoundCloud.
No.
SoundCloud is dying anyway.
I think our first 3 episodes are on SoundCloud.
So if you really want to throw back, there.
Yeah.
But you should subscribe to us and tell your friends and rate us and all that good stuff that you say to do on podcasts. And, go to our website, www.talkthispodcast.com. Drop us a line in the comment form. Comment on one of our blogs. Check out the show notes that I haven't written. Yeah. So that's the traffic report.
Yeah, and that brings us to our question of the fortnight.
So it's appropriate that it's fortnight. Because our question of the fortnight is, if you could play esports or be like a professional streamer for any one video game, what would it be?
What's your answer, Madelyn?
Oh, crap. You were supposed to go first.
No, you were supposed to go first.
I'm a little bit... I feel like I should pick something a little bit weird, right? Like, offbeat. I guess I'd kind of like... It's been a while since I've played Stardew Valley, but I'd like to be a streamer who tells wholesome stories as I go about my life in Stardew Valley.
Wow. That's pretty good.
Wouldn't that be nice? I would follow that blog series.
Yeah.
What would you want to do?
I don't know. You know what? No, I do know. It's not one game. I'll become a streamer that only does dating sims. And I'll go through all of them, create a chronology and archive of every dating sim that's ever been made, From the pigeon one, to the Dream Daddy, to the Doki Doki subversive ones. Make a catalog. Become a true pioneer of dating sim literary analysis.
That'd be a good playlist series.
I
love it. I love it.
Also, I would not enjoy it very much, so I think that would add something to the...
Oh yeah, you'd be pissed about it the whole time.
Yeah.
Be like, Emma who hates love.
that would be my shtick, yeah. Emma,
yeah.
the girl who hates love, falls in love. Virtually.
Yeah. You would just be like the Mr. You'd be a female Mr. Darcy. We don't see that very much.
There you go.
Perfect. All right. Well, I think that about wraps it up for this week's side quest. I already did the pitch of where to find us.
Mm-hmm.
So next week, we'll be back with a full-length episode
Uh-huh.
on Danganronpa V3.
And Crash Team Racing.
And Crash Team Racing. I forgot. I knew it was something I was excited about.
I think that's going to be a great mashup, too. There's a lot of possibilities for mashup there.
This episode is going to be an instant classic. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It's going to be a 3-hour marathon.
Yes.
Which I tell you all about the best way to race every single track in Crash Team Racing.
Maybe you better study that. Instead of playing anything else, you should just study your Crash Team Racing technique.
Yo, I have it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Folks, I gotta get going to play Crash Team Racing. So have a zoomy week.